Hello. Oh, let me change my stream. I always forget to change the stream info on Twitch. Hi, I don't know. Hi. I am multi-streaming on Twitch. That's why you hear me talking to Twitch. Let me change this. I'll just put just chatting. I'm doing good. Thank you. Yes, Hi, Charlie. Hi. As you guys can see, unfortunately, I fell a little short in terms of preparing for this stream, but it's okay. It's okay, because I've got 10 weird sports on the PowerPoint that I made for Twitch, which is a very basic. So, hi, Nate. Hi. It's a very, very basic PowerPoint, you guys. I promise you, if you're on Analive, you're really not missing that much. You could get the same effect just by Googling each sport I talk about, but I like looking at it on Google Images. Okay, the PowerPoint literally just has pictures to show you guys. It's just a visual aid, okay? But we're gonna be talking about weird ass sports, you guys. And I think it's gonna be fun because after the 10 sports that I have on the PowerPoint. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I don't know. I know. I'm very bright. I've been told that I'm very bright. I'm kind of blinding. It's a little overwhelming for some people, including the person who drew the picture of me that's on my Analive thumbnail said that I was too colorful to draw. Like that they hurt themselves drawing me. Hi, Beaker. Aw, thank you. I don't know. Hi, Boobuan. Hi. I'll let people kind of roll in. But yes, we're going to be talking about weird sports. By the way, you guys, if you know of a weird sport, even if it's like a local sport or like just something you heard of and you're not even sure it's real, feel free to shout it out. We're just being casual today. We're being casual. Hi, Beaker. We're just being casual today. We're just gonna, it's basically kind of like a Zatsu with a topic, okay? I wanted to prepare more, but you guys, you know how busy I always am all the time. I saw there's ping pong, but they use their heads. Okay, I need to, you know what? I'll keep a running list, you guys, of suggestions so that I can look them up. All right, I got a notebook here. All right, it's a giant ball. All right, I'm gonna put giant ping pong head. Okay, and then hopefully that will be enough information for me to find it later. All right, but yes, how you guys doing today? It's Friday. Thank God it's Friday, you guys. We survived another week of week stuff. Oh, wait, I want to test something real quick, you guys. I want to test something. Oh, actually, no, I don't. Never mind. I changed my mind. I changed my mind. I was gonna say that I was gonna test to see if I could turn my air conditioning on and if Twitch would be able to hear it. Because I added some like noise suppression stuff, but I realized that Analive would still have to hear it. I don't want to subject you guys to that. It's okay. Hi, Raven. Hi. How you doing? Wixie. Aw. All right, guys. I think in 2 minutes, once the 5-minute mark hits, I'm gonna get started on this list of weird sports. Okay, and one of them was even in the Olympics, you guys. And also, some of these sports are kind of sus. Hi, Ree. Hi. But like I said, you guys, because I unfortunately did not prepare as much as I wanted, if you have a weird sport in mind, okay, let me know. And I can look it up and we can do a little deep dive together. Once I get through the 10 that I have on the PowerPoint, we can just open up a browser tab, I swear. And we can just, professional tag. That sounds cute. Professional tag. Yeah. A weird sport? Yes, weird sports. That's the topic for today. Weird sports. Yes, and there, let me tell you guys, when doing in my research, the little research that I was able to do, my research mostly consists of watching videos, listening to YouTube videos about weird sports during work, and some past knowledge of weird sports I've heard of before. And just Google searching and Wikipedia searching, okay? That's my research. And not even all the sports I had discovered this way, it was even on my PowerPoint. So that's why I'm saying we can make it a casual deep dive here. Okay, guys, but I think I'm ready. I think I'm ready to get started with the 10 sports that I have pulled out personally. With my yes, I made a PowerPoint. It's a very, very shoddy PowerPoint. So don't analyze. If you don't see the PowerPoint, don't feel bad, okay? But the first sport is gonna be the one that I tweeted, which is hobby horsing, you guys. Hobby horsing. If you've never seen it, if you know what a hobby horse is, a hobby horse is it's like a toy. I don't know if kids play with these anymore. Okay, well apparently these kids do, but back in the day, it used to be a popular toy. It's just a stick with like a plush horse head at the top. I know those people have like cracked verticals. Wait, what do you hit? Oh, I know what you mean. Yeah, they jump really high. Yes. It's like basically like a broomstick with a plush horse head on the top. And you put the stick between your legs and you prance around like you're riding a horse, okay? It's like a toy, okay? But apparently it's actually also a competitive sport, okay? And the people who do this sport, they're mostly young girls. So the typical age classification for this sport is girls between the ages of 12 and 18, okay? So this is basically kind of like a kiddie sport, kind of like you know how like T-ball is like how they get little kids started in baseball and stuff, but it's not like it's like an age specific sport. Like I don't think grown people do this really. It's horse girls that can't afford expensive horses. Well, exactly. That's actually where it kind of got started. So apparently this sport got started in Finland. Okay. I actually did do some research, you guys. Okay. I also have some notes that I'm referencing, but it started in Finland. Okay. And equestrian sports are very popular in Finland. And so hobby horsing was thought of a way for young girls who can't afford their own horse. I don't know when it was invented. I know it's been around since at least 2017. Wait, actually, yeah, there was a documentary film about this sport in 2017. The information I have here does not say how long this sport has been around. That might be some further research rabbit hole for us to go down if you want. But I'm guessing it's not like super like old. Wait, actually country of origin, wait. Hobby horsing. Oh, this website is in another language. Good thing I have Google Translate, okay? Translate to English, please. Translate this website into English for me. Translate it. Come on, technology. Translate. Oh, here we go. Oh my gosh, no way it's a paywalled article about hobby horsing. Forget it. Anyways. Alright, sorry guys, the article I was gonna look at is paywalled. I don't know how old the sport is, but it originated in Finland. And the idea is that it can help younger people who maybe don't have their own horse or who don't have opportunity to be around horses to like learn about equestrian sports. Now the thing about this sport is that yes, the girls who participate in the sport. Hi Tethera, how you doing? The girls who participate in the sport, they basically do everything the horse would do, like with their own legs, which is actually crazy. If you've seen now the GIF I have up on Twitch is just her doing like the trot or whatever you call it. I don't know the proper horse term, but let me see if I can find a GIF of the jump, because if you've watched, this is kind of a viral video. The GIF I have up is kind of like a viral video of people basically making fun of this girl. Yes, I call it a GIF. I don't care. Hi, Lol Savior. Hi. But in the video, okay, I can't find a GIF of it, you guys, but you can look it up. In the video, she does a high ass jump, like a high ass jump. Hi, Guilty. Hi. Yeah, she does like a really high jump. So like, this is actually classified as a gymnastic sport because it actually does take athleticism. And I don't know. I don't know if it technically takes as much athleticism as riding a horse. Because I mean, okay, yeah, that's fine. You can make. It's okay. I love being bullied. Anyways, so somebody said that I'm gonna get made fun of for saying GIF. That's fine. That's my plan all along. But it And yeah, people like make fun of people who do this. Well, first of all, okay, yes, it looks goofy as hell. I know anybody who's watching the GIF on the screen, and I'm sorry, I only have one GIF. If you get tired of looking at the GIF, I can literally just hide it for you guys if you're getting motion sickness or something. But yeah. So people make fun of them, and honestly, yeah, it does look goofy. But on the one hand, here's the thing: most of the people who do this are like little girls. Okay, so if you want to make fun of little girls, I mean, I guess go be my guest. Hi, Cookie Crumbler. Hi. I guess if you want to make fun of little girls doing, you know, something that makes them happy, I mean, be my guest. And then also, like, it actually does take athleticism because they actually have to do all the jumps and stuff. And, like, you think walking around like this, like, with your leg, you know, look at her form. I mean, her form is impeccable. Her trot is great, you know, and she's lifting up her leg. Like, this has got to take leg strength, okay? And just imagine how much easier it's gonna be, like Rock Lee when he had like the weights on his legs and he took them off and then he was like flying, right? Well, once she gets on an actual horse, it's over. She's gonna be stronger than the horse, you guys. Okay? So personally, me, hobby horsing, I think hobby horsing gets a thumbs up for me. I know I'm never gonna beat the horse girl allegations. I wouldn't personally do it because you know I'm a hag and I would look really stupid doing it. But I think hobby horsing is a harmless activity, and it probably builds a lot of leg strength. So that's hobby horsing, and yes, there are competitions for this, but like I said, for young people, it's like specifically for young people. They don't really have it for like adults. All right, next one, tuna tossing. This one makes me sad because I love fish, and it makes Dr. Fish sad because even though he was not originally a fish, he does have respect for fish. Anyways, this is, so I've learned something from researching weird sports, is that a good amount of weird sports originate from like some small town somewhere having this weird thing they did, and then it just like gaining more popularity over time. So this comes from a specific like port town in South Australia. Okay, in Australia, where they did a lot of tuna fishing, okay? And they'd get these big ass tuna and they'd, you know, toss them onto their trucks or whatever, you know, as they're transporting the tuna. And that somehow turned into a sport where they'd be like, yeah, I can look how far I can throw this big ass tuna like to my truck or whatever. And it turned into a whole thing, and now there's something called the Tunarama Festival. You know, because this town is known for like tuna fishing. Okay, so they have an entire tuna related festival, and this tuna toss is part of the festival. So what they do is they take a frozen southern bluefin tuna that weighs between 9 and 10 kilograms. Okay, so they got parameters. Okay, and they basically if you ever seen someone do, not a shot put. What's a hammer toss? Have you ever seen somebody do a hammer toss at the Olympics where they like swing it around and they use the momentum to like get like a good throw and they like spin? They do that with the tuna. Okay? They take this tuna and they like, I think they have like a rope or something attached to it to like, so it doesn't slip out of your hands, you know, because it's a tuna. And they basically see how far they can toss it. Yeah. It's pretty goofy. I watched a video of it, and some people like trip over, and like some people throw it really far. Some people don't get it very far at all. It's pretty fun. And the world record throw was by actually somebody who was an Olympic hammer thrower, who threw their fish 37.23 meters in 1998. Hi, Autumn Foxy. Hi. We're talking about weird sports right now. I'm talking about the tuna toss right now. Okay, it's where they throw a 20-pound tuna as far as they possibly can, and there's cash prizes for this too. But the competition is only held in this specific festival. This is not like a worldwide. Although people from the worldwide are welcome to join the competition, but it's not like this. You're not gonna see this at the Olympics anytime soon. Also, I read that sometimes they also use a rubber fish instead of a real fish. But if you want to be a purist about it, you gotta use a real fish, and they're just fish that, you know, were fished up from the ocean. Okay, yes, that is a tuna toss. All right, guys, we're definitely gonna need to go down a rabbit hole of more sports once I'm done with this, because we've already gone through two of them, and it's been like 15 minutes. All right, next one. I love this one. This is toe wrestling, you guys. All right, your mileage may vary depending on how much you love feet. I think this is awesome, though. It's okay. You know arm wrestling? You know arm wrestling where you like, or thumb wrestling, where you interlock your hands, or arm wrestling where you like, you hold hands and then you like, and you think about it, arm wrestling's kind of gay because why are you holding hands with another man? But anyways, arm wrestling is where you hold hands with somebody and then you try to like put their hand down, right? Like plop their hand down the table. So toe wrestling / foot wrestling is where you interlock your toes, you interlock your thumb toes, right? You wrap your thumb toes around each other, and then it's basically the same thing. You want to push the other person's foot, you want to push the other person's foot down. Okay? So they actually have this is actually a big competition, you guys. This is like a worldwide competition, okay? On the gifs that we have here, what if we locked toes and wrestle? Yeah, who wants to do toe wrestling with me, you guys? Who wants to do toe wrestling with me? But yes, this is a big deal, okay? By the way, the sport started in 1976 in the United Kingdom. All right, it was a bunch of drunk people actually that got it started. They were like, "What if we locked toes?" They were like drunk as hell. They were like, "Let's lock toes, you guys." And yeah, and then the international competition started in 1994. All right, so this beautiful sport has a long history. All right, and they have the players have like stage names. Okay, so one of the most famous toe wrestlers, the most famous male toe wrestler, is Alan Nash. But his, wait, did I name you? Wait, what do you mean? What do you mean? I'm been talking about toe wrestling, Tethera. You got what? Are you a toe? Are you a toe? Do you have a toe stage name? Anyways. So yeah, Alan Nash, and his stage name is Nasty. He's Alan Nasty Nash, the toe wrestling champion. The female champion is known as Lisa Twinkle Toes Shenton. You want to lock toes with me, Raven? Bet. Feet are off limits. Why? Feet are great. Anyways, do you need me to pull out the foot asset? I don't know if I have the foot asset I don't know if I have it on command here. I don't think I do have it on OBS. But yes, I'm a toe appreciator. Okay? I don't know if I call myself a toe lover, but I could look at toes, and be like, "Oh, that's a cute toe." But yeah, but you guys, let me just give you an idea of how prolific this sport is. If you're looking at the Twitch chat, if you're not looking at the Twitch chat, I'll describe it to you. There's like an apparatus. There's an apparatus that they do this on. So they don't just put their feet up on a table, okay? They have like a built stage for each of these competitions, okay? And it's basically like there's a platform which is usually shaped like a foot, to be festive. And then there's two walls, right? To keep in between the walls is where the toe competition happens. And I'm sure there's rules about touching the walls or what have you. And the walls have sponsors on them, okay? You know how at a football stadium or something, they've got banners all around the arena of the sponsors of the game or of the arena. These toe boards have these toe wrestling walls have sponsor names on them. So one of them here is sponsored by Ben and Jerry's. Do you ever eat Ben and Jerry's and you just think about feet? Well, now you do. All right. So yes. And I should mention there's rules. There's very important rules. First of all, it has to be barefoot. Okay? No socks, no shoes, none of that nonsense. All right? You got to link toes. and it's a 2 out of 3 rounds, okay? So it's a 2 out of 3, so you and the way that it goes is that you have to switch feet. So like the first round is played with your right feet, okay? The second round is played with your left feet, and if there's a third round, you switch back to your right foot, okay? That's how the game is structured. I would try this. I think I would try this, although I don't think my Robo-Toes would qualify. No jacked single foot. Yeah, exactly. You can't, so you have to train both feet. You have to train both feet for this competition because, you know, you have to use both feet. And of course the trophy that you win is shaped like a foot. Yeah. But anyways, toe wrestling, definitely a favorite of mine. All right, next one. Next one I've got. Man versus horse marathon. This is the only one where I couldn't find a decent GIF of it. The only GIF they had of it was like it happening in the distance. But yes, so the man versus horse marathon is exactly what it sounds like. It's a marathon where the competitors are a man and a horse. So basically, it's dudes trying to beat a horse in a marathon. That's what it is. That's all it is. Okay. And surprisingly, out of every time that this has happened, 2 men have won this race against the horse. I guess the horse got tired or something. But it's not a full marathon. It's 22 miles. Because I think a normal marathon isn't like 26 point something miles or something. In this case, it's actually 22 miles. And it's also done over treacherous terrain, okay? So it's not a clear path. It's done over like mountains and rivers and in the wilderness. And it always takes place in Wales. So this is another like kind of local competition, but I think people go from all over the world. Oh, and by the way, it's not just men that do it. It's women too. The 2 horses weren't fed those days. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, but I'm surprised. Oh, by the way, there is somebody riding the horse, by the way. It's not just because the horse isn't just like they don't just set the horse free, like, you know, because the horse might wander, you know. They have somebody riding the horse. And yeah, so this competition started in 1980. It started in 1980, and it started with like 2 dudes arguing over whether a man could beat a horse in a race, and then they just did it because like they're like, well, now we need to know who won the argument. Yeah, and then the first woman to compete actually competed the next year. So 1981, Anne King was the first woman to compete in this competition. So the first person to win this competition was actually a bicyclist, but he wasn't riding his bicycle, he was running, okay? Yeah, I could outrun. Yeah, basically. This started because one dude was like, yeah, it's some drunk dude. By the way, I feel like a lot of these sports start at bars, I noticed also. A lot of these sports are spawned at bars, okay? Where 2 dudes or like a group of dudes or like a group of people are having some argument or discussion about how funny would it be if, or like, you know, I bet I could, you know. So yeah, 2 dudes were arguing at a pub, okay, in Wales. And yeah, one of the dudes was probably like, yeah, I could outrun a horse. And the other guy was like, no, hell no, you can't. And they was like, I'll show you. And then they just got a horse, I guess. And yeah, so, but, so yeah, the first person to win was Tim Gold, who is a bicyclist. And then the second one to be won was by someone named Hugh Lobb. Hugh Lobb, I guess, is the guy's name. It's kind of spelled weird, though. Yes, it would be good to, yeah, if you guys have suggestions for weird sports, feel free to give me them, because like I said, I just didn't have the time to prepare. Yes, a lot of these do come from Wales as well. But yeah, we can kind of, once I get through the PowerPoint and my notes, we can kind of go down a rabbit hole of anything you guys come up with. Now, I do want to point out, by the way, the prize for beating a horse, is 25,000 pounds. So I don't know how much that is in US dollars. I can look it up right now. 25,000 pounds to US dollars. 33,000, approximately 33,000 bullet ball. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Tethera. I'm writing them down, the ones that people recommend, and then I'm sure I'll be done with this PowerPoint like well before we even the hour mark, probably. it's one short YouTube video and it's awe-inspiring. Okay, sure. I'll check it out. I'll check it out after. Yeah. So now on Wikipedia here. Hi D-Grade Destroyer. Hi. I mean, I better get that much if I outrun a horse. Yeah. Oh, right now, D-Grade Destroyer. Right now, we're looking at the man versus horse marathon, or I guess you could say human versus horse marathon. I guess you could say human versus horse marathon because women have also competed in this competition. And it's basically where a dude or a woman tries to outrun a literal horse in a marathon. It's 22. Human wins every time? No, actually not. Also, I was mistaken. It turns out 3 people have won this competition against the horse. The most recent one being, so my former notes were outdated. Like the source I was looking at from before was outdated because apparently somebody won in 2023. And the last person who beat the horse actually beat the horse by almost 10 minutes. Humans can outrun any animal eventually. I mean, I'm curious about the factors that go into whether the horse or the human wins. I guess if the horse is just like gets too tired, right? Obviously, if they both just kept running, if they both just kept running, obviously the horse would win. But obviously, it's a marathon, so you have to pace yourself. All right, believe it or not, my parental units, even though they spend so much time in the lab, they also are pretty athletic, and my parental units actually used to run marathons, so I know just a little bit about marathons just from that, but I couldn't run a marathon, you guys. Even with my hardware, I would run on a battery so fast, my metal joints would be creaking and everything. But yeah, so it's obviously you don't sprint the whole way, you pace yourself. So I guess, the horse and the horse rider also needs to pace the horse. Hi, Mason. Oh, should I be louder, you guys? Mason said, shut up, I'm so loud. Let's get louder, you guys. Woo! All right, you guys. So, wait, I think Mason's my downstairs neighbor, you guys. I'm sorry, Mason. I'll stop twerking and dropping it low. All right. Oh, right above your head every day. I'm so sorry. Okay. I'll stop flushing the toilet multiple times just to see what happens. Just to hear the beautiful sound of rushing water. I'll stop. Okay, anyways. I'm gonna cut this nonsense off now. All right, we had our fun. But Mason, now I will be infinitely louder than Mason, who is now mute and unable to speak for the rest of time, or at least for the stream. Anyways, also doesn't Analyze have a report feature now? It does. Oh my gosh, you guys, this is our first live report. Okay, wait. Let's see. Insults and threats, nah. Oh, I guess an insult, right? Actions or expressions aimed at dating. Oh my gosh, do you guys think Mason's trying to date me? I don't know. I don't know. Illegal activities. Well, I think it shouldn't be illegal to insult me because I'm so cute. But I think I'll go with insults. Insults. And then I'll say, said I'm loud. Said shut up. I'm loud. And then I'll put a crying face so Analyze feels bad for me. Said shut up. I'm loud. Said shut up and insulted the volume of my voice. Sad face with a crying face. Submit. Thanks for letting us know. Our team will be reviewing and taking action. Anyways, alright guys, sorry for the maybe extreme Analyze reporting will be the next crazy sport. But thank you, D-Grade Destroyer. I know, it's fine. Anyways, you guys, I'm sorry to derail, but I got excited because that's the first time I get to report somebody. Alright, but yes, so the last person to beat the horse was in 2023. Now, I did notice this part of the Wikipedia article that says that in 2009 the race was marred by controversy, when the organizers deducted time spent in the vet checks from the horse, in addition to 15 minutes for the delayed start of the horse. So the horse, I don't know, started coughing or something, and they were like, "Oh, let's check out." Oh, thank you, Digger Destroyer. See, I'm glad you like my voice module. All right, I know it might have like I'm one time I took out my voice module to see what it looked like, and I accidentally dropped it down a flight of stairs, and then like I tried putting it in rice to like fix it, but then the rice got moldy, and then I had to clean the mold off of my voice box with bleach, and then I just injected it with helium for no reason, and then I put it back in. So that is the formula for the very unique voice box that you hear today. Anyway. Anyways, yeah, so it was very controversial because they were like, well, it doesn't count that you got a vet check in the middle of the marathon for the horse, but honestly, I kind of agree with whoever said that that's not fair, because what if the human needed a vet check? Then what? Were you going to subtract that? Probably not. All right, but that is the human and horse marathon. All right, this next one, I like this next one too. I mean, I don't like it, but I think it's interesting. Slap fighting, you guys. Slap fighting. The gif that I have on Twitch is some guy getting knocked the fuck out from slap fighting. Now, I don't know if I want to show this on screen repeatedly, just because I don't want to get like flagged by Twitch for like violence or something. But if you want to see it again in Twitch, let me know. Yes, slap fighting is a recent. Well, I mean, okay, I don't know if it was invented recently. I just know that it's been popular recently. It has been around. It has been around for a bit. It says, it started in Europe. Sorry, guys, I'm going off of like just a news article because I did not find. I might be wrong. Maybe there is a Wikipedia article. Fighting Wikipedia. Oh, power slap. Slap boxing. Okay, never mind. There is a Wikipedia article for this one. All right, it's a physical activity that simulates boxing where open hand slaps are used instead of fists. This is actually no, this is different. This is different. This is a different sport. Power slap. Okay, the difference, here's the thing. The difference between slap fighting and power slap and slap boxing. It's interesting, but I'm concerned about the fairness of it between equal competitors. Who goes first win every time? Yeah, I guess so. I'm not really sure about the rules, you guys. But I will tell you the difference, I think, between this and and slap boxing is that in slap boxing, I guess you fight with slaps. Power slap or slap fighting, or whatever you want to call it, is you get slapped. You're gonna get slapped no matter what. Like you stand there and let them slap you, you know? And then you might get knocked out, you might not get knocked out, etc., etc. And I just remember that this was like a big controversy a few years ago, because like people like Dana White and I don't remember who, a bunch of famous like MMA people were like promoting this, and it was considered to be controversial because it could be so dangerous, you know. Yeah, Logan Paul, yeah, like those type of characters, you know what I'm talking about. Those type of characters are the kind of type of people who are promoting this kind of thing. And yeah, I mean, on the one hand, I guess, you know, what consenting adults can do whatever they want. But on the other hand, when it comes to athletics, right? Like, for example, Power Slap, which is like the promotion company that was promoting this. They're licensed by the Nevada State Athletic Commission. All right, insert hobo-looking commentary YouTuber. If Logan Paul slapped you, would you win? I would, because I have titanium plates like across like a lot of my body, including on my cheeks. Okay, they may look cute and squishy, but that's just on the surface. Okay, if you slap me, you would destroy your hand. Yeah, you'd break every bone in your hand probably. So yeah, once you get slapped, you have 60 seconds to recover and get back into position. So if you get back into position in that time, then you're like, okay, right? It says fights which don't end in a knockout and go 3 rounds, go to the judge's decision. So the decision they base their judgment on the effectiveness of the slap and the reaction and recovery time of the slap recipient. The slappy, okay? But yeah, okay, I'll show the GIF on screen one more time. But yeah, you guys, I feel like this is the kind of thing that I would watch because I'm trashy. But I don't think that this is a very, I don't see this as a very positive sport to support in any way. But it is kind of goofy. A skinny guy versus a big guy. Well, it's in weight classes. So it's separated by gender and weight class. So big guys go against big guys, etc., etc. Women go against women. Big women go against big women, etc. Ooh, guys, imagine a big woman slap fight. I'm gonna have to Google that later. Anyways, next one. This one's fun. This sport is called wife carrying. The next sport is called, oh yeah, high potential for brain damage. Wait, actually, before we talk about wife carrying, The Great Destroyer, that's a good point. Because I remember my first introduction to what the heck slap fighting was. I watched a video by like a medical person talking about how you could get seriously injured doing slap fighting. Like sustaining slaps like that. Like that if your head snaps a certain way, your brain can like, hit against your skull and stuff. Hi, Ayame. Hi. All right, guys, but we're going to stop talking about slap fighting because we're going to talk about something more beautiful, which is wife carrying. All right, wife carrying is a sport where men carry their wives through an obstacle course. So, have you guys, now there's another sport which I don't really consider it weird. Hi, Bubblegummy. Hi. How you doing? There's another sport that I don't really consider that weird. It's like firefighter sports. So firefighter sports is I've actually watched some firefighter sports before. Are you the type that likes to be carried or likes to carry? Well, maybe both. Well, here's the thing, you guys. I don't do a lot of carrying and I don't get carried a lot. So that's a good question. Sometimes I do get transported. I used to get transported by like forklifts and stuff, but I've never been really carried very much because I'm kind of heavy, because I got so much metal in me. So I guess I'd have to find out by being carried. Not a sport I could ever participate in. Well, maybe you could like rent a wife. Maybe you could bring me, but I'm kind of heavy compared to other wives, guys. Remember? Because I told you I made out like titanium, iron, all kinds of stuff. Okay, you might have trouble with it. But anyways, so if you ever seen firefighter sports, they'll have like things like this where they have to go through an obstacle course carrying like a big sandbag that like it weighs like 150 pounds or something. And it's because firefighters have to do stuff like that when they're rescuing people. So this kind of reminds me similarly, except the difference is that instead of firefighters carrying sandbags, it's dudes carrying their wives. And yeah, so they basically just need to carry their wife through an obstacle course. This is another one that started out like in a small village or something. It started in 1992 in Finland. And you can carry them in any way you want, but one of the most popular ways to carry the wives in this competition is the way that Twitch can see it in the GIF here. It's where the wife is like kind of wearing your wife like a backpack, but upside down. I think because maybe the legs have more strength than the arms to squeeze like the thighs squeeze around the husband's neck or something. Or maybe it's just you get more leverage from holding onto their legs, like under their knees. But yeah, one of the most popular. But you can carry them. Actually, you can carry them a bunch of different ways. You can do a normal piggyback. You can carry them, in your arms like a firefighter. Oh, you want to carry me? Okay, I will let you guys try for sure. Actually, I do have a crazy story. At one time, some guy tried to pick me up. This is such a weird story. I remember one time I was at a party and this is another crazy Rixie College party story. I was at a party and some dude, I was just chatting with some people and he was like, yo, let me pick you up. And I was like, what do you mean, sir? And he was like, I can pick you up. I was like, no, thank you. I was like, no, thank you, sir. And he just proceeded to pick me up and drop me. He he proceeded to pick me up and drop me, and I dented my arm on a table, like a corner of a table that was next to us. I had a big old dent on my arm, you guys. He dropped me. Anyways, I'll never forget that. I told him not to pick me up, but he did anyway, and they dropped me, and I got a big dent. Anyways, hi, Pax Empirical. But you guys, Friengineers, I would trust you guys. I would trust my Friengineers to carry me like your wife. Carry me through an obstacle course, through muddy water and over hurdles and everything. Aw, I thank you. But yeah, so it originated in Finland, and unfortunately this does originate from quite an unsavory practice where people used to just forcibly carry away women to marry them. But in this situation, it is all consensual between a man and his lawfully wedded wife. There's a lot of rules. But I have to say, I didn't check to see if it actually has to be your lawfully wedded wife. Let me see. It says, the most important rule is to have fun. So that's cute. Hi, Nyapak. Hi. How you doing? All right. The length of the track must be 253.5 meters. That's so specific. All right. The track has to have 2 dry obstacles and a water obstacle that's about 1 meter deep. The wife. Oh, it says. Oh, wait. This is the answer to the question I was asking. The wife to be carried may be your own, or your neighbor's, or you may have found her further afield. The wife must, however, be over 17 years of age. Wait, what does that mean? Found her far afield. What does that mean? I hope it says that the wife has to consent, that you can't just grab some lady. But at least she has to be at least 18, you guys. Okay? She does have to be at least 18. You can't be carrying around underage wives. It's not appropriate. I believe it's basically to prevent people from cheesing it with kids. Well, yeah, but also I want to assume that the wife being carried has to consent. Now, this is another one I love. The wife is a gender-free term that is used for the carried person. So yes, that's right. This is male wife friendly sport, guys. This is a male wife friendly sport. You can carry your male wife in this sport. All right. Clotho enjoyers. All right. Leah Bell enjoyers. You can carry your male wife across the obstacles. All right. The minimum weight of the wife has to be at least this heavy. Okay? Because if you have a tiny wife, that's not fair. All right? You can't have an advantage. So your wife has to be at least 108 pounds. All right? I don't think there's upper weight. But it does say if your wife weighs less than 108 pounds, then she needs to be burdened by a rucksack containing additional weight to bring the total load carried to 108 pounds. So if you have a tiny wife, an age-appropriate tiny wife, she has to be at least 18. But some bitches be small. So if you have a tiny 90-pound adult wife, she has to also be carrying a rucksack that weighs like whatever it is, 20 pounds. Yeah, that's not that heavy. I mean, well, yeah, I think it's a pretty fair minimum weight, 108 pounds. Oh, this is a rule. All participants must enjoy themselves. I think this is the consent rule. I think this is the rule that says you can't grab a random woman far afield and just drag her into the wife race. All right? She has to enjoy it. All right? If she's not enjoying it anymore, the race is off. All right? People with their 4-foot-tall wives. Yeah. All right. The only equipment you're allowed to wear is a belt. Worn by the carrier, and a helmet worn by the carried. No, it's okay. It's okay. Yeah, you have to, pay attention to your safety. And this sport has a world championship. So this is a worldwide international sport. It's been going on. It's been going on for years, and there are a few couples. There's one couple who has won like almost 10 times. They Taisto Miettinen and his wife Christina Happen. Well, actually, I don't know if this is his wife. This might not even be his wife. This is just his business partner, Christina Happinen. And they've won like they won in 2009, 2010, 2011, 2012. And then they took a break, I guess, because then they won in 2017. And then they also won in 2022 and 2023. Yeah, and then they have it in North America, United Kingdom, Australia. Yeah, pretty cool. All right, so that is the wife carrying competition. Very wholesome. I like this one, the waifu carry. All right, I'm pretty sure, guys. I'm pretty sure that if your waifu is a body pillow, I don't think you can compete in this one, you guys. I'm sorry. Even if you do weigh her down, I don't think that it counts. I think the wife has to be alive. Also, unless the body pillow is 18 years old, like the actual physical pillow, unless you got that pillow 20 years ago, all right? In which case, it's probably all torn up anyway. Yeah. So that is wife. This is wife carrying. So now this sport, even though it is male wife friendly, yes, yes, wife carrying. This is your time. Unfortunately, Blue on Blue, you came a little late to the wife carrying. So I think the next sport is gonna have to be for you. All right. What about the guy who married a hologram? I don't think that would count. I don't think that would count. Remember, she has to be at least 108 pounds. It would be pretty hard to add a 108-pound burden to a hologram. But guys, so this even though this sport is male wife friendly, okay, so it's not a straights only sport by any means. It is a pretty heterosexual coded sport at the very least. The next sport, however, is this one's for the gays. Oil wrestling. Now I'm not gonna show this on screen very long. Oil wrestling. I'm gonna show it one more time, and then I'm gonna cover it. Okay, that was the least sus. That was the least sus GIF I could find of oil wrestling. Let me explain what's happening in that GIF. It's crazy. All right, it's actually crazy. The lore of oil wrestling. All right, the lore of oil wrestling. Now you may think that's the gayest thing I've. Listen. Yes, Blue on Blue. Let me explain. You're not gonna believe when I tell you what goes on in this sport, okay? Oil wrestling, also known as grease wrestling. This is not a sport that was invented like for gay men to fondle each other. It was not. Or maybe it was, and they just don't say that officially. Hi, 21. But oil wrestling originated. Okay, get this. It originated 4,500 years ago. Okay, in modern Turkey, before Turkey was even called Turkey, you guys. Okay? The freaking Ottoman Empire, okay, and shit, was doing oil wrestling. Alright? They were oiling dudes up in olive oil. 4,500 years ago in modern Turkey, in what is now called Turkey. And these dudes were wrestling. But here's the thing. Now, you may be like, oh my gosh, were they wrestling naked like they did in Greece? No, they weren't wrestling naked. They were wrestling wearing a special type of pants called a kisbet, okay? Now, that's the type of pants that you actually see the guys in the GIF. I'll play it one more time real quick. This type of pants is called the kisbet, all right? Well, yes, let me explain, Blue on Blue. Okay, what do you mean oil wrestling is a Giga Chad sport? Just look at that one red guy in the Street Fighter 4. Yeah. Well, listen. So, the kisbet is the pants that they're wearing. Okay? Now, in order to win oil wrestling, you need to put your arm into the kisbet, the pants, okay? You need to put your arm into the kisbet of the other man and put him into like a leg hold, okay? And once you achieve this hold for a certain number of seconds or minutes, that is when you're considered to have won the oil wrestling, okay? So this sport requires you to slip your hand into the pants of another oiled up dude. A shirtless, oiled up dude. So that is when I say that was the least sus GIF I could show that kind of shows what's going on. a lot of the other GIFs are a lot more sus, okay? Now, to be fair, there were ones that were less sus, but they didn't really show the sport. You know what I mean? They just showed two oiled up guys, you know, getting ready to wrestle or whatever. Like, this is so you actually, your goal is to put your hand down the pants of the other oiled up dude, okay? And yes, keep in mind, so this sport has originated thousands of years ago, and the annual tournament that they have every year for this in Turkey originated in the year 1346, making it the oldest continuously running sanctioned sporting competition in the world. This is the oldest sport competition that's still going in the world. Oil wrestling, you guys. I was mind blown when I read this. I was mind blown. All right. So yes, they do this. It's completely supposedly completely unsexual, and remember, so Turkey is a Muslim majority country, you guys. So this is religious Muslim guys, where the garments, the kisbet, if you notice, the kisbet goes down to a certain length, right? So it adheres to the standards of Muslim modesty for men, okay? All right? All right? So this is a very modest sport, you guys. All right? Yes, it is. It's the farthest thing from gay. This is true. This is real. The kisbet is the requirement for the kisbet is for it to fit the it's supposed to go down to like below the knee, because according to the religion, you have to, if you're in front of men, you have to be covered at least, to that part. If a man is with another man, not with another man, you know what I mean? VTuber mud fighting. Don't they have VTuber wrestling already? Time to oil up. You're like, this one's for me. This is the sport. Oh, I also need to point out that if a wrestler's kisbet gets pulled down, revealing his genitals, he also loses. So you can also win by pulling his kisbet down, showing his junk. But I don't think this is encouraged. This is like if it happens on accident. It does say, though losing under these circumstances is unlikely. All right, so it's actually not. It's less common, yeah, to do that. Anyways, so yes, God bless these fine men, oiled up, in their kisbets, wrestling. Anyways, all right. So this next one, I like this next one. I'm gonna wait for the GIF to. Okay, this one's called chess boxing. All right, this is chess boxing. This is what's known as a hybrid sport. It combines two disciplines, chess and boxing. If you couldn't guess by the name. So, there was a big Twitch chess boxing tournament. Oh, really? I didn't even know about that. Yeah. So this is where two boxers get in the ring, and they have a chess match, a blitz chess match in the ring, and then they box. So it's a little confusing, because this is basically the chess and the boxing don't really combine. Like, it's basically either or. Like, you either win the chess or you win the boxing. So whoever gets a checkmate or a knockout first wins. All right. I was a little bit disappointed. It was hosted by Ludwig. Chris Broadwell. Oh, it's like one round of boxing and a couple minutes of chess. Yeah. So I was a little disappointed, because I thought that they would like box with the chess pieces or something. I don't know what I thought, but that's not the case. They do blitz chess and then they box, and whoever gets either a checkmate in the chess or a knockout in the boxing wins. Now, obviously, this is a good sport for people who are perfect, okay? Who are both physically strong and mentally strong, okay? Who are smart and strong. Because, you know, you can do both. You can combine both. Like, why not? This is really the why not both sport. One of the win conditions is beating the shit out of your opponent so they can't think in chess. I didn't even think about that, Bubuan. That's a good point. Bubuan's got a good point. I guess in this case, you would really want to aim for the head. When you're boxing, you would really want to aim for the head so that you could, you know, make it harder for them to think about their next chess move. That's so smart. Yeah, so, and this sport, it said, let me find where it said it. Yes, the governing bodies of chess boxing are, oh wait, the World Chess Boxing Association. Okay, never mind. I thought it said that the World Chess Association and the World Boxing Association, like, came together to do this, but I was wrong. Thank you for the heart. Oh, okay, bye-bye, Raven. You have a wonderful day. All right, I hope you get home safe. Bye-bye. Thank you for the heart. Excuse me. But yeah, so chess boxing. It's like the game Archon. What's Archon? Am I stupid? Archon. Wait, Archon game? Oh, it's a video game. Okay. It's like 4D chess. Okay. Yes. But if you're curious, it originated in 2003 in Berlin. All right, that is where this sport comes from. So it's a relatively young sport. It would be really funny though. It would be interesting to see a boxer who is not a chess player and a chess player who is not a boxer, like, do this game and just see what the hell happened. All right, so let's do the next one. Zorbing. You guys, Zorbing. I like Zorbing. Hi, Cherry Blossoms. So Zorbing, this is the one sport that I kind of feel like it is better to have the Twitch visual, but I'll explain it to what it is. Okay, so you know what a hamster wheel is, right? Zorbing, yeah. My favorite part when he said, "I'm zorbing," and then he zorbed all over the place. The boxer would just have to stall the chess, then beat the shit out of the chess guy. Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point, Bubuan. I think the chess player would be at a disadvantage. Hi, Toshi. Hi. How you doing? We're talking about a sport called zorbing. All right, so zorbing is when you get into what is essentially a big human hamster wheel. All right, it's inflatable, or it's like soft. I think it's inflatable. It's like soft. Who's absorbing their balls? Hi, Stuffed Crust. How you doing? So, you go in this. Yeah, Ruff. Yeah, somebody send this to Ruff, please. This is, it's basically a giant inflatable human hamster ball. And there's various activities people do with Zorbs, or Zorbies, or whatever they call them. But typically, they would roll downhill. Also, they're transparent, just like a hamster wheel. Yeah, people do run on the water with them. So, yeah, they, they ride them, you ride them down hills, you ride them on water. Now, to be fair, this isn't, it's kind of a sport, but I don't know that there's many very structured competitions around them. Yeah, hi, Stuff Crust. I'm sure that there are competitions around them, but I didn't see like a Zorbing World Championship or anything. There are, however, Guinness World Records for this, though. All right, there's the longest distance traveled in a single roll. Okay, which was 1,870 feet, which, if I'm not mistaken, isn't that like 1,870 feet? Isn't that like half a mile? They should add jousting to the Olympics. I wonder if jousting ever was in the Olympics. No, it's never been an Olympic Okay, interesting. Yes, closer to a third. Okay, thank you, Stuffed Crust. I'm not very smart, you guys. They should add Zorb jousting. Oh, what? You try to pop the other person's Zorb? Is that you try penetrating the other person's Zorb and unzorbing them? Fuck you, unzorbs your Zorb. Yeah. All right, the fastest absorbing ride was 32 miles per hour, which is pretty fast, especially if you're like tumbling upside down in this thing. Like, can you imagine the sensations of tumbling 32 miles per hour like down a hill in this inflatable orb? That sounds crazy. The longest time spent zorbing was only 4 hours. I think I could zorb longer. What do you guys think? Okay. Bye, D-Great Destroyer. Thank you so much for coming by. It was good to have you. Thank you. And then the fastest 100 meters was 23 seconds. And they just have to yell absorbing time and zorb all over their phone. Hi, Red Chimera. Yeah. Now, actually, guys, I gotta be honest. That bottom GIF, I don't know if that's from a movie or something. It just cracked me up of him running over the lady with the Zorb. Now, but it's no laughing matter, you guys. I shouldn't laugh because there have been injuries and deaths associated with zorbing. All right, unfortunately. In 2009, a teacher and their pupil were zorbing, and the teacher died and the pupil survived. I don't know how they died, but they did. All right. In 2013, a Russian guy broke his neck when his Zorb rolled out of control down a mountain, hitting rocks and eventually coming to a stop 1 kilometer away from a frozen lake. All right, there was a video of this, you guys. Obviously, I'm not gonna show the video, but you know, live Zorb death, live leak, whatever. Never Zorb get. Oh God, guys, people died. People died. Yeah, wouldn't zorbing be exhausting? I guess it would depend. I guess it would depend if you just let it run out of control down a hill, or if you're controlling the Zorb. Unfortunately, there was a tragedy at a primary school in Tasmania in which six children died. They were in Zorbs. This is so sad, actually. They were in Zorbs, and the Zorbs were blown away by a large gust of wind. And they died, and the children fell 33 feet. That's so sad. Have I watched Jackass? I'm sure I have before. I'm sure I have a couple times. But yeah, guys, so probably don't let little tiny children Zorb, okay? Because they could, first of all, they're fragile. Second of all, they're light. So a gust of wind, hypothetically, could be strong enough to blow their Zorb up into the air. Kind of like those, you know, sometimes bouncy castles. Sometimes that happens at bouncy castles. That'll blow away and people will die. That's what happened. It was a whole disaster. 6 people. Yeah, ban underage zorbing. That's what I'm saying. And then the same thing happened. Same thing happened in 2023 in the UK. A 9-year-old child, Zorb was blown away. Yeah, but anyways, beyond the terrible tragedies, zorbing does look pretty fun. Yeah, and I would, I think I'd have fun zorbing. I think I'd love to zorb with Rob. Oh, there was zorbing in Rocket Power? I've watched Rocket Power. I don't remember the zorbing. Do you know where your child is? They might be zorbing. Okay, that's pretty funny. Hi, Amatherians. Hi. Never zorb get. Oh my gosh, you guys. Alright, so that's zorbing. That one looks really, really fun. Now, guys, I only have one more on the PowerPoint. But do not fret. We can go start looking for the other ones that people have recommended, and we can also just start looking at some other funny ones. Alright. The dad in Rocket Power had red eyes. Wait. He got zorbed on by the mountain. Oh, that's fucked up, this one! Okay, wait. There's an episode where they went to New Zealand to do this. Oh, yeah. I think it is popular in New Zealand. Yeah, hi. Hi, Hi, Buffy. Hi. How you doing? All right, guys. The last sport on my PowerPoint, but we can look at more, is Olympic poodle clipping. More Nexus, yay! Yes. Hi. I am RX Rixie Brightful. You can call me Rixie. I am Nexus's cute AI assistant. Yeah. And Olympic poodle wrestling. No, not poodle. Not poodle wrestling. Wait. Not poodle wrestling. Poodle clipping. Olympic poodle clipping is the last sport I have in my PowerPoint. But we can talk about more sports because we still got an hour, all right? But Olympic poodle clipping, believe it or not, this was at the Olympics, you guys. This was at the Olympics in the year, I believe it was the year 1900. Let me check. Yes, poodle clipping. It was in, yes, 1900. I was correct. Not poodle wrestling. I misspoke. Nobody was wrestling poodles at the Olympics. It was the 1900 Olympics, which were in, I believe it was in Paris. Wait, why? This is not the same info page I had before. The info page I had before had more information. I pulled up like some jank page. Give me a second. Wait, 19, where is it? Poodle clipping. Yes, Paris. I was right. Must have been some gnarly poodles. I mean, yeah, this one looks kind of shaggy, the one I'm looking at right now on my screen. But the one in the PowerPoint looks a little shaggy too. When will Olympics add streamer clipping? Hey, that would be pretty sick. Streamer clipping. I think streamer clipping competitions are fun. I think I'd like to have one of those one time, but I have to figure out what the prize would be. But yeah. So it was, so if you don't know, this is something I learned, like, I think the last Summer Olympics I was researching this, that the Olympic tries out new sports. I think every year they try out like a handful of new sports, okay? For example, breakdancing. That was at the Olympics this year. That's a kind of a tryout sport, okay? It's not it is an official Olympic sport, but it's not it's not really considered an Olympic sport because they're trying it out, okay? And joust, yeah, they haven't even tried jousting. They haven't even tried jousting yet. But poodle clipping, they tried it. So technically it was an Olympic sport. It just was on tryout, and they never did it again. All right? There were 128 competitors in the poodle clipping competition, which is crazy when you consider, remember, this is the year 1900. This is long before the internet, okay? Because obviously, if they had poodle clipping at the Olympics today, there'd be 1,000 motherfuckers trying to clip poodles at the Olympics, okay? I don't know where they found 128 people to clip poodles at the 1900 Olympics, but they did, all right? And they had to clip the fur of as many poodles as they could in 2 hours. All right? The question is, where did they get that many poodles that they would be assured that they would never run out of poodles for 128 competitors? I have so many questions about Olympic poodle clipping, you guys. All right? Where did they find these people? Was it broken down by gender like most sports are? Were there female and male poodle clippers? Okay, were all the poodles the same size? Were they all just as hairy as the other? How many poodles were at the arena, right? They had 128 people competing, all right? And they had to clip as many poodles as they could for 2 hours. How many poodles do you think you could clip in 2 hours? I don't know. What hairstyle were they supposed to give them? What clippers did they use? Yeah, it's so many questions, you guys. Now, the closest thing I can think of this that's a real sport right now is sheep shearing competitions. You guys, if you've never watched lesbians do sheep shearing competitions, I fell down a rabbit hole of lesbian farmers that do sheep shearing competitions. Standard size poodles, French poodles. Yeah. Yeah, so like sheep shearing, I can kind of understand because you're trying to shear. I think the idea is to shear a sheep as fast as you can. And but that's the thing, when the sheep is sheared because it doesn't have wool anymore. But like, surely they're not clipping the entire poodle like clean, right? Clearly they have like a template or something, right? It's so confusing. But yeah, this obviously never became a sport. But also the fact like that this was, I can kind of see how sheep shearing might be considered a sport because you kind of gotta like wrangle the sheep, right? And then you gotta like, move the razor like really fast. But like, I don't know, this poodle clipping thing, confusing. All right, but that was the last thing I had on my PowerPoint. So let me hide this and let me pull up a browser tab. And I'm going to search the first one that somebody had mentioned. Kind of like log chopping. Yeah. Like you can kind of see, does the lesbian make them better with a scissor? I don't know. I think it's just something, there's just something sapphic about like wrangling a sheep and shaving all its hair off. I don't know. Like, with their strong lady arms. I don't know. But anyways. I'm looking for the ping pong game that somebody had mentioned where they play ping pong with just their heads. Wait, sport where you play ping pong but only with your head. Hedis? Wait, Hedis. Is it pronounced like lettuce? Alright guys, I'm gonna show you the screen. Alright. So, yeah, we just have Wikipedia open now because, like I said, I did not make a proper preparations to have everything in a PowerPoint. But Hedis, it's a mix of table tennis and the heading of association football. So, the sapphic act of shaving. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what it is. But anyways, so basically, let's take a look at this picture. It looks like, okay, so this is so on Twitch, you guys can't see it on Analyte, but I'll describe it. There's a big ass ping pong ball. The ping pong ball is not a normal ping pong ball size. I would say it's smaller than a soccer ball. Oh, no worries, Toshi. Thank you so much for stopping by. It was so good to see you. All right, you have a wonderful day. Okay, bye-bye. Anyways, yeah, so I would say it looks, at least from this picture, it looks smaller than a soccer ball, but bigger than a baseball. I don't know. It's like somewhere in between. I can't think of a ball that is this size. You know what I mean? Just based on what I'm seeing. But it's a bigger than normal ping pong ball. And it's at a table tennis or so ping pong table. But they hit the ball with their head. Okay? And it was invented in 2006 in Germany, I believe. Yes, Germany. It started spreading throughout German students. The way they say it started spreading throughout German students, like it's some sort of disease. What disease makes you do this? I don't know. Look how serious they all are, though, the people watching. But anyways, yeah. And there was a tournament series and everything. So, I mean, here, the Hedis ball. Hedis is played with a special ball. It consists of rubber, weighs about 100 grams, 3.5 ounces, has a circumference of 20 inches. 20 inches? 20... a circumference! I'm so stupid. I was thinking it was like a diameter of 20 inches. I was like, wait, that's huge. A circumference of 20 inches. Okay, that's, yeah. But anyway. Yeah, there's a world championship. There's a, it looks like a, Hoshi is a, the female champion who won a lot of championships, and then some guy named Lord Voldahead won in 2010. The Red Shot Hilly Headers Missing Pepper? Wait, what? They have weird stage names for this. Yeah, but anyways. That is the headis, the tennis and head soccer, what have you. Now, the next one that somebody had mentioned is professional tag. So I'm gonna look up professional tag and then I'll pull up the tab. World Chase Tag. All right. I think this is what. Have I ever seen Micro Mouse? No, what's that? What is Micro Mouse? All right. So World Chase Tag is an international championship for competitive parkour and tag involving the game of tag. I don't know if this is the same thing that was mentioned. I think, was it Tether that mentioned it? I don't remember. But yeah, matches are played between 2 teams of up to 6 players. I have heard of people playing Ultimate Tag. Yeah, there's a few different versions of professional tag or like competitive tag. Yeah. But I have heard of people playing like extended games of tag. I have heard of people playing extended games of tag where like there was a movie about it, wasn't there? Wait, it's a sport event where people design tiny pocket robots and make them solve a maze? Oh, maybe I have seen this. I think I have, I just didn't know the name. Oh, you don't drive the Micro Mouse, it has to solve it on its own? That's so cool! I have seen like robot competitions and stuff before. I've never competed in a robot competition, a proper one. But I have seen where they make those little robots. Anyways, that's pretty cool. I don't know if that counts as a sport, but I like the sound of that. But didn't they make a movie of like a group of old guys or old friends who would like play tag, like international tag or something? I heard a story about a lady whose husband like watched that movie and then like became obsessed with the game. It was like on a Reddit post. So you've competed in underground robot competition. Not underground, amateur. I'll say amateur robot competitions. How about that? I've never been like at a world championship robot competition. Okay. Actually, a fun fact about Rixie. I actually competed one time in a human pageant. Yeah. I competed in a human pageant, but I was being naughty because I wasn't supposed to. I'm a robot, so I wasn't supposed to be competing with humans. But I did. And I won the talent competition, you guys. Yeah, I'm sorry, I cheated. Ooh, I cheated. Ooh. Anyways, that was my pageant adventure, Rixie pageant adventures. I never did it after that because I was too afraid of getting caught, you know. I don't know if they do like human inspections to make sure you're human, but I think that they probably would have figured it out eventually. But anyways, yeah, so we did Ultimate Tag and then Bullet Ball. Okay, what is this Bullet Ball thing that Tether was talking about? Is this some sort of joke? What is this? Bullet Ball? You said it was a YouTube short, but I might need you to send me the video you're talking about. Excuse me, guys. Excuse me. Excuse me? Wait, Tethera, aren't you the one who mentioned Bullet Ball? Am I wrong? Hi, Rainy. Hi. It's not a joke. It's a serious. Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Send me your material, your Bullet Ball materials. Go ahead. Send it to me. Hi, Rainy. We're talking about a sport called Bullet Ball. That I've never heard of before, but I'm about to get some information. Not a YouTube short. Okay, I must have misread. I must have misread what you said, Tethera. It did. Oh, it did. Blue on Blue. That was the first one I did. The first one I did was the hobby horses. Hobby horsing, where you ride. Oh, thank you so much, Rainy. Thank you. Yes. We're gonna talk about Bullet Ball. But I don't know much about it. Somebody had recommended it, so I'm looking up Looking up information here. Bullet ball, therapeutic table sport by Inclusion Sports. Oh, it's okay. Wait a second. 2 players at opposite ends of a table push a ball back and forth across the table using their arms or hands. The height of the bullet ball table allows for a standard wheelchair to easily. Okay, wait. So this is supposed to be like an inclusive thing. Why is this a weird sport? Why am I making fun of this? You guys, give me a good reason to make fun of this, okay? it's so that disabled people can play a sport. Yeah. What? What? I can't even read. Tether's like, oh god, now I'm in the spot and I look like an asshole. No, it's okay. It's okay, Tether. Wait, what's the link? Anyways. What? Okay. Tether is trying to send me malware encryption codes. Alright, give me a second. Oh, it deleted it? Oh, Beaker, did you... I think Beaker might have, Beaker might have added a anti-link thing. Alright, don't worry. Alright, give me a second. I'm waiting for, this ad to go by. This video's 5 minutes long, Tethera. This video's 5 minutes long. Is this like Shark Tank? Oh, okay. It's a Shark Tank. Here's the thing, Tethera. Analive can't watch the video with me. Analive can't watch the video with me. I'm not gonna leave Analive in the dust for 5 minutes, you guys. I will watch the video on my own time and give you guys a report. The audio? You want me to unplug? Wait, you want me to reconfigure? You want me to configure my audio settings differently so that the audio is go. Listen, I'm sorry. I'll play a little bit of it. I'll play a little bit of it. Here.
All my possessions that I could sell and found myself in food pantries and
I'm just playing the audio.
Sleeping in a car.
This is so sad.
The money. It's about
this is gonna make me sad. This is gonna make me sad, Tether.
It's going to be an Olympic sport. It's just that good. And how are y'all doing?
He's quite confident, I'll say. Okay, so the guy for Analive, the guy's talking about how he sold everything he has. Let them listen to the speakers. Okay, fine, Tethera, fine. This better be good. All right, guys, we're taking 5 minutes, and I'll write down Calvin Ball for you, Rainy. All right, Calvin Ball. All right, let me pull this up. Believe you. All right.
But nobody has given up more than.
Okay, give me a second. I'm gonna play it through my speakers. Okay, the audio is gonna be really jank for both of you guys. I'm gonna play it through my speaker. Alright, I gotta change my speaker settings. You're barely gonna be able to hear this, Twitch. Can you hear that? I'm the best. Hi, Puffy. Hi. My computer speakers suck. You're not gonna be able to hear that. This is so jank.
But nobody has given up more.
Never mind.
Griffin.
I quit my job.
You can hear it. Okay.
And sold all my possessions that I could sell and
all right.
myself in food pantry.
I'm gonna feel bad for this guy.
Sleeping in a car. It's not.
Hi, Rogue.
It's about.
We're watching a video right now about a sport called bullet ball. All right. Is this like?
How are y'all doing today?
Good. How are you?
Is this like Shark Tank?
This is my dream come true. My name is Mark Griffin, and I'm the inventor of Bullet Ball and Bullet Ball Extreme.
Bullet Ball
Bullet
Extreme.
Ball is a high-caliber table game designed for the 21st century lifestyle. Just like other
21st
sports with
century.
international appeal, such as basketball,
We're in that century right now,
soccer,
right?
and ping pong, it is our vision that one day bullet ball will become an Olympic sport.
Please explain how the game works. Do you want somebody else to play against you?
Absolutely.
I'll play.
We're gonna have a VTuber bullet ball competition after this, you guys.
Okay, the object of the game is to get the ball past your opponent
Okay.
by utilizing your forearms and or hands.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
My point.
I'm watching. Okay,
My point.
I know Analyze can't see it, but it's like they're like rolling the ball like across this table that has like bumpers on it.
Have you invested in this?
I had this vision 26 years ago.
What happened
26 years
when you got this vision? What were you doing?
My ex-wife and I, we were sitting at
The way he said, what were you doing? He said, when you had this vision, what were you doing? He made it sound he's talking about like, what drugs were you on? What do you mean? Yeah, what's the extreme? That's what I'm thinking. Yes, it's a round tea table. Yeah, I guess, but I was, yeah, the way the guy said that, he was like, what were you doing? I made it sound like, what, he was asking him, like, what drugs were you on when you invested all your money in this?
The cat's ball back and forth across the table. The ball became faster and faster. And we said, well, wait a minute. If we're going to play this game, we need some rules.
Mark, 26 years is a really long time.
Yes, it is.
Tell me what you have put into this game over those years. Where are you now?
She's like, if
I quit my job.
she's like a bullet ball. Whoa, I don't. Okay, sorry for the pixelized effect on the Twitch screen, but she's like, if this sport was a woman, it would be almost be a hag by now.
Decided that 80% of inventors take their invention to the grave with them, and
I'm gonna feel so bad for this guy.
I sold all my stuff.
No, he's not crying, is he?
A 92 Volvo station wagon with 300.
Oh no!
Sold my wife's wedding ring.
No, you didn't.
Everything.
What? He sold his wife's wedding ring?
That station wagon and drove to Chicago.
What about your wedding ring? Is he wearing a wedding ring?
What do you have now?
No!
Bullet ball.
No!
I don't even have a home to go back to. Where's my car?
Oh my
Mark, what would
gosh.
happen though, if we say no?
Guess I'll die! Oh no! Oh, at least
You
he's
understand?
bullet
So
ball.
I felt like I needed to do something, take the risk, and do something for myself.
Oh my gosh.
This ideal is mine. This is my dream come true. It will happen. It was destined to be. We're going to make it happen one way or the other. That I guarantee. Yes.
My personal thing.
That almost sounded like a threat.
You can lose
He
it
was like,
with whatever you do. Please don't
this is gonna make it. The easy way
You're gonna make it with this.
or the hard way.
Oh, absolutely. I totally
It's not
disagree.
gonna happen.
It
It's not
will.
gonna
Fight,
happen. This
fight,
is-
fight.
I'm telling you, it will happen.
Go get your life back. Go get a job.
Oh, he's not to get a job.
Is going to be a success.
Oh my gosh.
I think it's a dream, and
It's
I hope
a-
it comes
it's a-
reality.
Oh
but
my gosh, you guys.
I'm gonna say no.
Wait. I gotta do something after this.
I've invented games. I've sold games.
I know.
I'm
So sad.
seriously looking at the gameplay here, and it's nice. I played it.
They just don't understand the vision. They just don't have their brains are too tiny to understand.
You're living a great moment in your life, and you're trying to relive it.
He didn't.
I hope it doesn't.
The website that I looked at was talking about how this is for disabled people. He didn't bring that up.
You have to say no.
That probably would have been good. Oh my gosh, they're having like an intervention with him live on the show.
Of your life to this game. I think that's more of a life than a man can give to a dream. Please get your life back.
No!
I have to say no.
Oh my gosh, you guys.
No
This is so
from
sad.
Baltimore. This is, you don't understand.
Yeah, you don't understand. They don't understand. Not the dramatic turn away. Oh no, I feel so bad for this guy, but
I don't know what I'm gonna go back to, but 100 years from now, I'll be smiling up in heaven, saying, "I knew one day it would happen."
oh my gosh, you guys. Oh look, it's Banana. Oh no, Banana! I'm poaching Banana stream here. Okay.
But nobody has.
Alright, wait, guys. We gotta I think we need to do a there's something we need to do here. Hi, seriously, Brian. Hi. I'm on Twitch. I'm clowning right now on Twitch. Alright. Wait.
Everything.
Give me a second, you guys. I'm about to clown so hard.
Thing up into what I could get in that station wagon and drove to Chicago.
If you sold everything, what do you have
Wait.
now?
It's just me and Dr. Fish, ma'am. It's just me and Dr. Fish.
I have a bullet.
I have Dr. Fish.
Even have a.
I don't even have $2 in my pocket, you guys.
Though, if we say no.
I'm gonna self-destruct. I'll just fucking self-destruct. I'll die. No, it's not gonna happen. You don't understand.
I need to do something. Take the.
This is so Jake. Wait. You guys, you don't understand. I need VTubing. Alright? I need VTube. I need to be a VTuber. Alright? I may be a robot. I may be just a robot.
Is you can lose everything, but whatever you do, please don't lose your mind, because you're not going to make it with this.
No. I will make you don't understand. I will make it. I will be the best VTuber you've ever seen. By the way, this is Harry over here. You guys, I'm gonna have to edit it. I'm gonna have to edit it into a video. I can't do it. I can't do it like this. Alright, you guys. I'll make you guys a bullet ball parody video. Okay? where it's me and it's Harry and he's like, how long have you trained to be a VTuber? I'll be like, what's a VTuber? I'm here to be famous. He's like, okay. You want to see VTuber Shark Tank now? Yeah. That would be fun. Alright, guys, I had a little too much fun with Bullet Ball. Alright, we were gonna look at Calvin Ball. What the heck is Calvin Ball? Let's find out. Alright, thank you, Tethera. Alright, you convinced me. Gura Tank. I like that idea. I feel bad for him, but I can see the memeability of that video. My concept is I'm a succubus, office lady, policewoman, princess. Alright. Calvin Ball. Calvin Ball is a game invented by Calvin and Hobbes. Well, I don't think that's a real sport, but let's take a look at the rules. Here, I'll show you guys. He kept believing and saw some success. Well, now I know what bullet ball is. So, I guess that is a success. Listen, bullet ball guy, if you're still out there, if you want to sponsor me to promote bullet ball, if you want to sponsor me to promote bullet ball, I believe in your vision. I will take the sponsorship opportunity. All right. All right. There's only one rule. It can't be played the same way twice. Oh, that's cute. But this isn't the idea that I had for Weird Sports, but thank you for the recommendation. Oh, can we talk about Quidditch, you guys? Can we talk about Quidditch? And how people are out here playing Quidditch in real life? Alright, Quidditch. Real life sport. Here we go. People made it a real sport. Officially known as quad ball since 2022. I guess they probably had some copyright problems. It's a team sport that was created in 2005. It's the real world sport is sometimes referred to as Muggle Quidditch. Yeah, I was gonna say this is like sad Muggle noises. Like how are you gonna play Quidditch without the broom? Like isn't that the whole point? Just play a real sport. Okay. I don't wanna hate on anybody who wants to play Quidditch. All right, it's you know, they're getting guarantees trying to divorce it. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. You know, one time I did get what do you call it? Copyright struck by I got copyright struck one time by Warner Brothers because I was selling something with Harry Potter on it and I got copyright struck. I'll leave the details vague, but yeah. Anyways, yeah, I was running a Chinese sweatshop where we were making Harry Pooper merch. No, no, it was one item. It just seemed really stupid. I was like, out of everybody in the world, I drew Dumbledore's penis. And I'll do it again! Okay, anyway. Yeah, so, yeah, I do know that the interesting thing about Quidditch is that the snitch is a person, right? That doesn't like don't they dress some person up in gold and make them the snitch? Wait, look at them with their they have to hold. This is the weirdest part. I feel like this would be a better sport if they didn't have to hold the freaking broom between their legs the whole time. Like, the broom is just for show, right? There's no reason. I mean, I guess the same goes for hobby horsing, but remember, hobby horsing is for little girls. Like, this is for grown Harry Potter fans, okay? I want to see what the snitch looks like. Wait, real life Quidditch snitch. I think the snitch is a person. Yeah, look at this. This guy got his snitch booty shorts on. Wait, I'm just gonna have to install this. Oh, it's like they wear it like a tail. Without the brooms, it's just handball, I guess. Wait, where's this? Oh, it's really big. Okay, give me a second. This is the snitch, you guys. Look at that. That's so saucy. They had to pull his tail. Kind of looks like my tail, you guys. Wait. It kind of looks like my tail. Right? Wait, am I the snitch? Oh my gosh. I hope I don't get stitches. You know, because snitches get stitches. Wearing it like a tail makes it so zesty. I know. Of course, it's not zestier than oil wrestling, for sure. Oil wrestling is definitely the zestiest sport I've found so far. Alright. I can't think of a more homoerotic sport that's not explicitly, like, that's not an explicitly gay sport. Like, competitive tickling. You guys, I was gonna talk about competitive tickling, but I feel like talking about it would spoil the documentary, because the only reason people know about competitive tickling is because of the documentary that was made about it, and that documentary is meant to be watched, like, you know, like where you figure out like what happened. But I think they found out competitive tickling wasn't like a legitimate sport. But anyways, snitchsy, that doesn't really roll off the tongue. I gotta admit, that doesn't really roll off the tongue. But yes, there were some other extreme sports, not extreme, other weird sports that I had in mind, but I'm a dummy and I didn't write them down. And they're probably gonna they probably might slip in my mind. Hi Kevin! Hi, how you doing? They can't all be bangers. Yeah, well, yeah, I guess not. When you try to put every single word with Rixie, with X at the Xeus at the end. Oh my gosh, I don't even know what I just said. But yeah, we're talking about weird sports. Oh, can we talk about ostrich racing? Ostrich racing. Yeah, we're kind of just going down a rabbit hole now because all of the sports that I had originally pulled out to put on a janky little PowerPoint I got through already, but I have some others on my mind. We got, wait a second. What'd I just do? Sorry, I messed something up. Okay. We got ostrich racing. Alright. Some people race each other on the backs of common ostriches. Look at this. Can you imagine riding a carriage pulled by an ostrich? This ostrich does not look happy either. Here's an ostrich race in the Netherlands. I know Analive can't hear it or see it, but basically they've got this like carriage thing, like that they're sitting on, like a pretty lightweight sort of carriage, and then basically the ostriches are pulling them like horses would pull a carriage. Yes, I am having a good day. Thank you. It's the closest thing to IRL chocobo racing. Yeah, sorry if I'm pronouncing chocobo wrong. I don't know how it's supposed to be pronounced. But yeah, so that's that. I don't know if they do this anymore. People probably like would be mad about it and be like, you can't do that. The practice is becoming less common due to ethical concerns, and nowadays ostrich farms set a weight limit for people to ride ostriches. Wow, what a bummer. Wow, how intolerant, not letting people who are bigger than a small child ride a literal bird. Because aren't birds' bones hollow? Isn't that like a thing? Or is it not the case for the ostrich? Because the ostrich is because the ostrich, doesn't fly. I'm not sure. Yes. And I'm trying to think of all the other weird sports that I came across when I was doing some research and stuff, but I'm starting to, we could talk about, does it mean that there was a point where they had child be the ones to race these things? I don't know. I think it's more like ostrich riding. It's reserved for children now. Like they don't let adults ride the ostriches at all. But yeah, which makes sense because, list of racing forms, animal racing. Oh my gosh. People like that. Lobster racing. I'm sad that there's not snail racing. Oh my gosh. Snail racing. Lobster racing. Yeah, I want to know about lobster racing. That one doesn't have a Wikipedia page. This is bullshit. Lobster racing. I think it's basically what you would think. They just have lobsters. Wait. They just have lobsters race each other. I don't know if I can find an article that's not paywalled. But yeah, you can Google it. There's YouTube videos of it, I think. Yeah, of lobsters racing. All right. What was the other one I was thinking of? Oh, cheese wheel racing. That's the one. Trees rolling. Okay, guys, thank you for the follow, Love Savior. Thank you. Thank you. I just realized I didn't have my desktop audio on anymore. Yeah, cheese rolling. It's a specific event that they have, again, in a very specific village in England. All right. This is not a very good picture of it. I'm pretty sure the idea is that they take a 7 to 9 pound roll of double Gloucester cheese. I can't pronounce it. And they send it rolling down a hill. And I believe that the idea is for people to race the cheese to the bottom of the hill. So it says the first person over the finish line at the bottom of the hill wins the cheese. The competitors aim to catch the cheese. However, it has a 1 second heads. Okay. Oh, I see. So they're trying to catch the cheese. Goonster cheese. No, it's Gloucestershire, something, right?
Gloucester.
Gloucester. I said it just like the guy in the sample. Gloucester. All right, it's Gloucester cheese. All right, yeah. And so basically, look at this guy with the cheese. Yeah, the master of ceremonies with the cheese. That's a pretty small thing of cheese. I was picturing it being like enormous. But I know about this sport. From Neopets, you guys. In Neopets, there's there's like a cheese rolling competition. I don't really remember much about it. I just remember it's a cheese rolling competition. In Neopets. With Neo cheese or what have you. Neopet cheese. I wonder which Neopet they had to milk to make the cheese. Now that I think about it. Yeah. I don't know. Oh, this is another one I did not include because I don't really see it as a sport. I don't really see it as a sport, but apparently this was like on every list of weird sports I looked at. It's called gurning. So this is like, it's one of those things where they have, an annual event held at Springbank Holiday in Cooper's Hill. So it's a specific hill they do it on. Yeah. But this competition, which like I said, I feel like I don't think this qualifies as a sport. I think this is just a competition. But it's called gurning, not gooning. Okay, although you may make some of these faces while you're gooning. It's called gurning. And the idea is to just make as weird of a possible face as you can, and they have competitions for this. Alright? It's gurning contests. Another rural English tradition, you guys. Yeah, so they typically frame their faces through a horse collar. And let me tell you guys, I'm not gonna show them on screen because I don't want you guys all to like pass out. But just look up gurning and see the faces some of these people pull. Okay, it's pretty disturbing. It says those with the greatest gurn capabilities are often those with no teeth, as this provides greater room for their jaw to move their jaw further up. In some cases, the elderly or otherwise toothless can be capable of gurns covering the entire nose. I don't think I could cover my entire nose with my lip. But yeah, wait, Anne Woods won the women's title 28 times. We need to take a look at this lady. Oh, she doesn't have a picture? Seriously? You're gonna put a lady who's famous for making funny faces and not have a picture of her making a funny face? The elderly goon the heart. No, gurn! They gurn, you guys. Oh my gosh. They yearn to gurn. Just like the youth yearn for the mines, the elderly yearn to gurn. Cardboard tube fighting league. Oh! I saw this one where they wear like cardboard armor, right? Cardboard. Give me a second. Okay, cardboard tube fighting. Here we go. I don't think I'll find better pictures. I'll find pictures of it. Oh, they have some pictures. Okay. Yes. It's a global international organization that hosts cardboard tube based events. So, yeah, I'm guessing it's basically what you imagine. This actually is a pretty good picture. It's a dude It's 2 dudes. Well, I think this one's a dude. And they are wearing cardboard armor and they're holding cardboard tubes like that you'd see like inside like on the inside of a wrapping paper roll, right? And they are in a fighting stance and they're gonna fight each other. And there's some people in the background who are also wearing cardboard armor. 2 participants battling it out. So wait, what is the rule? Oh, rules. Oh, they have a long list of rules here. Don't break your tube. In a duel, the last person with the unbroken tube is the winner. In the event that both participants break their tubes at the same time, both are considered losers. They don't let anybody win. If you both break your tube, you're both fucking losers. Alright? Definitely has nothing to do with the fact that you're fighting each other in cardboard armor. Okay, it's because you let your tube break. You fucking loser. Alright, a tube is considered broken when it is held horizontal and the tip drops to an angle. Oh my gosh, this is so technical. And the tip drops to an angle greater than 45 degrees, or it is completely detached from the rest of the tube. Can you imagine people standing there with, like, what do you call those? What do you call the thing? Protractors? Or, like, what do you call the things that you measure angles with? They're just standing there with protractors measuring the angle of the cardboard, the tube droop. Yeah, protractors. All right? If your cardboard tube is drooping at a 45-degree angle, then you're a loser. All right. So it says attacking until the other combatant is knocked out or dead. Wait, what? Wait, attacking until the other combatant is knocked out or dead? Is this... That's... I can't tell if this says that you're not supposed to do that, or if this means that they lose when they get knocked out or die. I like to think it's the second one. So if you get knocked out or die, you lose. And then it says, no stabbing, no weapons. Obviously, except for the tube. Haha, what nerds I want to do. I agree. This sounds like fun. It sounds like fun. It does. It's like goofy fun. It's like, I don't know. It's like one of those things that you acknowledge as being nerdy, but you still love it. Yeah. All right. 3, no stabbing. Lunges involving tubes are not allowed under any circumstances. Oh, so you can't stab. You can't stab with the tube. Well, I guess they've had too many stabbing incidents with the cardboard tube. Yeah. Oh, wait. Let me turn my music back on, you guys. I'm sorry. All right. Anyways. So, yeah. No stabbing. Do not attack the opponent's face. Hitting in the face is heavily frowned upon. Once a tube is broken, fighting must cease. Only CTFL tubes are allowed. These tubes are provided. So CTFL is the Cardboard Tube Fighting League. Alright. Hi, Jane. Hi. How you doing? Yes, we're talking about cardboard tube fighting. That is the current sport that we're discussing. Alright, so they provide their own tubes. Because, you know, you could engineer your tube, you know, unfairly. They have to be equal tubes. I think that's a pretty fair rule. No blocking of opponent's tube other than with your own tube. Okay, so you can't, like, finger somebody else's tube. Okay, you can't, you can't penetrate somebody else's tube. Unless it's with your own tube. Then it's okay, alright? Is it an offshoot of the sword fighting in Wii Sports? I don't know. It's tube fighting. You got a cardboard tube. Unhand my tube! Sir, your tube is drooping at an angle of more than 45 degrees. I declare you a loser. There's nothing wrong with my tube. Anyways, tubes must always be held near the end. Oh, so you can't, like, do, like, fancy, like, kung fu, like, pole tricks with your tube. Which would be pretty cool, but no, you can't do that. Participants may switch ends if they see fit. Holding tubes in the middle is illegal. They will call the police. If you hold your tube in the middle, they will call the police. Wait, is holding somebody else's tube in the middle illegal, or does that count as blocking the opponent's tube? And it says shields are banned. Wasn't there a bitch holding a shield? This bitch is holding a shield. Well, she's not competing. Okay, fair enough. She's not competing. That's just a prop. All right. All participants must sign a waiver. See, sir, you have just grabbed my tube in its midsection. Oh my gosh, unchaste tube grabbing happening at the cardboard tube fighting league. That tube is limp. You're trying to hold it mid-shaft. Oh my gosh, you guys, not the freaking tube. The freaking tube jokes. This is too much. This is tube much, you guys. Okay. So that's a fun one. The tube duels. Oh my gosh, is it already... Wait. Is it already 8 p.m. almost? That's crazy. Time really flies when I'm having fun with you guys. Oh my gosh. But yeah, I have to make an edited video of me pitching something. But it's but it's the bullet ball. Yeah. Yes, Kevin. I did do the slap fights where they just slap each other. What's that game? Wait, what's the game that's a newer Wii Sports? I don't know. I don't know what the newer Wii Sports is called. Extreme ironing. No, I see. That's another one that I was like, it's not really a sport, but you know what? Since we're going down the rabbit hole, extreme ironing. This is a good one. Extreme ironing is an extreme sport where people take ironing boards to remote locations and iron items of clothing. So I was like, so this is almost like planking, but like with extra steps, right? Because isn't the idea of planking to like plank in like extreme locations, right? So this is just that, but instead of planking, you're ironing clothes. The sword fighting in it is actually a weird sport that can. Is that actually a weird sport that can use foam weapons? I don't know what is. Okay, I'm gonna look up new Wii Sports. But yeah, you guys, unfortunately I do need to wrap up like right around 8 because I need time to have my robo dinner before my collab with Lulu Lasso. So you guys, well, let me go over the extreme ironing and stuff, and then I can talk about the collab I'm gonna be on in a couple hours. All right. Oh, Nintendo Switch Sports. Okay. Yeah, I'll have to check that out, but the astronauts in NASA, yeah. Chambara? Is that a real sport? Wait, Chambara? Oh! It's a relatively safe sport based on traditional swordsmanship and British fencing. Okay, but it's kind of like, what do you call it? Kind of like the cardboard thing, but with foam. Yeah, but guys, I'll go over extreme ironing and then I will let you guys go. But before I go, I also will talk about the collab I'm going to be on. So, extreme ironing, yeah, basically, you just go to, some place like this. Look, this person's ironing. All right. I'm sure people have done it on roller coasters. I've seen people do it skydiving. Hi, Nori. Hi. Here, underwater extreme ironing. Yeah, my mac and cheese. How did you know it was going to be mac and cheese? It's always mac and cheese with me, huh? Yeah, I do have mac and cheese. Oh, actually, wait. I have some chicken nuggets. I have some leftover chicken nuggets from lunch, you guys. I want to eat my chicken nuggets. Rihanna! Hi! You came just in time. I'm actually wrapping up, but I'm talking about extreme ironing. There's also extreme cello playing, where people play the cello in extreme locations. So this is kind of an extension of planking, because I remember planking used to be like, oh, I'm going to plank on a mountain. I'm going to plank at a national landmark. I'm going to plank underwater, whatever. So people do that with ironing. I got to find the skydiving ironing, you guys. Extreme ironing. I want to show you guys. I saw this picture. It's people, yeah. It's people... Okay, this is like a paywalled article, but you can see the picture. Sorry, you can see it on Twitch. They're ironing in the sky, you guys. Look. Do you think it counts? It looks like they... I don't think it's the clothes isn't just floating out, right? They probably have it like pinned down or something. It's kind of like photo opportunity, right? It's kind of like when people like take crazy pictures at the photo when they're going down the roller coaster. Extreme ass swiping. Extreme ass swiping is when you use like It's when you use like a leaf blower or something up your ass. Yeah, exactly. I mean, I guess certain portable irons maybe could be on, but yeah, it's more of a photo op than a sport. That's why I didn't originally include it. I mean, obviously skydiving could be considered a sport, but extreme butt sex. No! Oh my goodness. Anyway, no, it's not an LGBTQIA thing because I think extreme butt sex should be open to everyone. All right, all consenting adults should be able to do extreme butt sex, whether they're straight, gay, anything. Anyways, I'm surprised. I'm surprised that there aren't any, there isn't any section of this talking about deaths related to extreme ironing, but there was lots of deaths related to zorbing. Zorbing, which is running around in a giant inflatable hamster wheel. That has multiple deaths. In fact, they have an entire disaster where like 6 kids died zorbing. But apparently, skydiving while ironing and ironing on top of mountains is perfectly safe. All right, you guys. So I am gonna be, closing out the stream. Hi, Kenma. I'm so sorry. I'm just ending my stream. That's because zorbing's a real sport. Yeah. The sport is stored in the danger. Okay. But extreme clout for clout chasing. Yeah, I guess so. All right, I am gonna wrap up the stream, but guys, you are gonna be able to see me again relatively soon. Actually, I think I gave you guys the wrong time. Anybody who was here 5 minutes ago when I said what time it was, let me double check. I think it's actually, yeah, okay, it's an hour later than I said it was. Sorry. It's at 11 p.m. Eastern. Okay, so it's actually 3 hours from now, not 2 hours. All right. I'm going to be on Lulu Lasso's channel. It's not going to be on my channel. It's going to be on Lulu Lasso. So I'm going to shout out Lulu Lasso. Yes. I didn't mean to. I'm sorry. I was thinking it was at 10 p.m. I think it's at 10 p.m. her time maybe. I don't remember. But either way, for some reason I was thinking it was 10. It's actually 11. Let me double triple check that. Let me double triple check that I didn't put the wrong time on my schedule. I'm checking my DMs with Lulu to make sure that I've got the right time. Wait, 8, 9, 10, 11. It's at 8 p.m. Pacific. 8 p.m. Pacific is 11 p.m. Eastern. Okay, guys, yeah, so, correction. It is at 11 p.m. Eastern time, which is what it says on my schedule. It's not on my channel, it's on Lulu Lasso's channel. So if you want to see it, you gotta go to Lulu Lasso's channel. I'll also be tweeting about it too. Well, I might just share her tweet, but either way. And what it's gonna be Guess the VTuber, or Who's That VTuber. It's gonna be me and Rosalie Patel are gonna be the guessers. And there's going to be, I don't remember the amount. There's I think it's at least 3 Nexus members who are going to be disguised. Their voices are going to be disguised. Their models are going to be disguised. Okay? And so Rosalie and I will have to figure out who is each person based on certain questions and stuff like that. And there's going to be some trivia involved. And it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun, okay? There's going to be some, Nexus trivia. So, and Lulu's hosting. Yeah, like a TV show. So, if you want to see me and Rosalie and other mysterious Nexus members, be sure to check us out at 11 p.m. on Lulu Lasso's Twitch channel. Alright, but with that, I'm going to say goodbye to the Live chat first. Thank you for stopping by, Rihanna. I'm sorry you came late, but hopefully maybe you can make it to the collab. If not, I always love to see you. Big kisses for Live. Bye-bye, Live. Bye-bye. Alright, and then Twitch. Thank you, guys. Twitch, thank you. I think there's a big enough time gap between now and the collab that I could raid you into somebody. Oh, sorry. Could raid you into somebody for the time being. Okay, so, for the time being, why don't I send you over to, oh, Artemis and Apollo are doing a hand cam. I think it's just Artemis today. Yeah, I'll send you over to Artemis. She is one of a pair of twin VTubers, Artemis and Apollo. She's doing a hand cam today. It looks like she's coloring or drawing. So I'll send you over there, and I will see you again in 3 hours. Okay. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Big kisses for you. Mwah, 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 mwah. Bye-bye.